Today I'm going to try to review a bottle that has been called by some to be a sleeper hit of 2025. George T. Stagg Killer. I doubt that very much. Overhyped, and many, many more. Let's get into it. All right, so of course I'm talking about Jefferson's Reserve 2025 limited edition cask strength, or 130 proof. So this is a limited edition. Coming in at 130 proof, 750 ml bottle. I did read somewhere, or I saw a video somewhere where somebody said this was a 1,000 barrel batch. I do not know if that's true or not. For $70, let's dive into this bottle and see what it's all about. This was definitely on my list of bourbons to hunt for this year and to find, and I finally found one. Of course, I had to travel many hours away from where I currently live to find one. Now, was it worth the hunt? You can tell I have drank a pretty good bit out of this, so I have been trying it a little off and on before this review. So I'll go ahead and spoil the video up front. I like it. I think this is an amazing bottle. If you can find this for that $70 price point. I wish they'd have had more when I got this. I'd have grabbed a couple backups because this is that good. And can my unsophisticated palate even pick up on the subtleties that is a great bourbon? Let's find out. So on the nose, it's just red fruit for days. There's like a bright cherry note there. Oak influence, of course. So I'm pretty sure this is an 8-year age-stated product. It doesn't say it on the bottle, of course, but the research I did pointed toward it being an 8-year product. It's like cinnamon, but not like an Amberana type finish, but like a cinnamon red hot is kind of what I'm envisioning. You know, those big jawbreaker type cinnamon red hots. Every time I smell this, it just takes me back. Like, this is what I want my bourbon to smell like. All right, let's try it out. So immediately, that 130 proof, it hits you, and it hits you hard. There's no denying it. It drinks every bit of 130 proof. But towards the mid palate, that settles down, and then you're left with that nice, spicy, kind of rolling flavor profile. It rolls right into a nice tobacco, leather, brown sugar, oaky kind of finish, with that cinnamon kind of coming over the top. And that cherry note is still right there with it. This thing is deep, dark, it's complex. I love this whiskey. A little bit drying on the palate, just a little bit, not off-putting at all. That's really solid. Mouthfeel on it's amazing, but man, my mouth is like salivating. Caramels, vanillas, forgot to mention vanilla on the nose. Now, is this a George T. Stagg Killer? I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna say no with the caveat of I've actually never tried George T. Stagg. However, I've got several batches of Stagg Jr. I did put this up against my 24A that's up there, and it held up surprisingly well. I need to blind this for myself, and I may do it in an upcoming video. Let me know if you want to see that down in the comments. But does it definitely, for releases in 2025, does it beat some of the releases out there? Absolutely, I do believe it hands down beats Jack Daniel Toasted, the new Heritage barrel that came out. While I love that, this, I think, beats the crap out of that. And it's roughly in the same price point. It's not even a competition. Being 130 proof, this thing just slaps. I definitely don't think this thing is overhyped. I definitely think Whiskey are over there and SLB Drinks definitely know what they're talking about. This thing is a beast. I'm actually picking up like a fruit note in there now. For me, I don't know about the rest of you, but for me, I do sometimes take a lot of time to extract out flavor notes. When I'm sampling a bourbon or whiskey, there are times where I know that there's some flavor notes that are like tightly packed up, and so I have sometimes a hard time discerning specific flavor notes, and that's why you'll just hear me ramble off just standard notes. You won't ever hear me say something like caramel drizzle, apple covered cinnamon toast crunch on a dewy fall afternoon, sitting in the back, smelling a rose candle. Now, I may misinterpret flavor notes, but I can tell you this: regardless of whether or not I got every flavor note wrong with this thing, I still freaking enjoy this thing. Caramel, vanilla, cherry, oaky, tobacco, that dry oak on the finish, it lingers on. Man, this thing is just a beast. For $70, definitely would recommend. This is definitely a buy and back up if you can find it. I don't know what else I can say about it. If you can find one of these sitting on the shelf, I definitely recommend picking one up. So until the next time, cheers, y'all.